Tonight, we write an open letter to His Excellency, President William Ruto. A message written with deep respect, but also with a heavy heart. We speak not just as citizens, but as parents, students, teachers, and Kenyans who can no longer watch in silence as our education system buckles under the weight of neglect, mismanagement, and growing inequality. Dear Mr. President, education is the spine of every progressive nation. It is the ladder out of poverty, the bridge to opportunity, and the seedbed of innovation. Yet, in the country today, that foundation is cracking, and with it, the dreams of millions of young minds. From the chaos around school capitation to the uncertainty surrounding university funding, intern teachers left in limbo, and infrastructure gaps in CBC, what we are seeing is more than just poor coordination. We are staring at a crisis, one that threatens the very soul of this nation. Tonight, we share this letter, a public plea for action, because the confusion in capitation is just the tip of the iceberg.
Dear Mr. President, we know you remember this.
The government will provide free secondary education.
Your Excellency, we have also heard you loud and clear defending that legacy.
Education cannot be compromised.
However, Mr. President, your message is getting lost in the noise from your two cabinet secretaries who seem to differ. Or should I say, there is a big confusion presented from you and your cabinet secretaries. The 22 years of free education will now be watered down by your administration.
Have the capacity as at now to finance free primary, free secondary.
Also, the man holding the education docket, Migos Ogamba, has equally confirmed that the ministry is choked.
On the amount that was budgeted for, when that amount is released and distributed among the number of students that we have, it comes down to 16,900.
Dear Mr. President, if this is how 22 years of free education end on your watch, then history will remember. Your Excellency, the future of our nation depends on the minds we nurture today. We ask you to act swiftly, boldly, and compassionately to rescue our education system from collapse. Many have argued that the right to free education is a legacy of our previous administrations, and it may not be your cup of tea, and perhaps not a priority under your leadership. Well, let's set that aside and focus on your own initiatives, particularly the new university funding model. We know it has been challenged in court, debated extensively, and revised through means testing instruments. That said, will this new model truly be fair? Will it ensure that parents are not forced to pay beyond their means just to keep their children in universities? Mr. President, the promise to equity must be matched by practical affordability. Your Excellency, the last time I checked, the Education Ministry is still grappling with teacher shortage issues, and interns' placement is in limbo. Over 20,000 intern teachers remain in uncertainty. No permanent jobs, no pensions, no roadmap. Why? Because apparently there are no funds. Yet these teachers are the backbone of your CBC rollout. Will your government step up or sideline them further? We are told no funds have been allocated, but why not? Mr. President, these are professionals already serving in classrooms. Will your government absorb them, or will their services continue to be undervalued? Oh, and before I forget, 9 years into the competence-based curriculum, we are still seeing major gaps. The Grade 10 transition is already raising alarm. New subjects have been introduced, yet stakeholders warn of inadequate facilities to support Grade 10 come next year. I hope the ministry is prepared. And then there's the elephant in the room, national exam fees. Are parents footing the bill, or is the government still committed to free education? Let's not even talk about the ghost school scandal, or should we? You have remained silent on the ghost schools. While non-existent schools received capitation funds, real schools serving real children were left struggling with barely enough to survive. Why has this not been addressed publicly? And what measures are being taken to ensure accountability and prevent further misuse of education funds? Dear Mr. President, truth be told, our education system is not just bleeding, it's on life support. And without urgent, transparent and brave intervention from the top, we risk losing a generation to neglect and poor planning.
Asante sana kwa kura zenu.
I could go on and on, Your Excellency, and talk about unemployment, insecurity, rising food prices. But I will save that for another later. Next time, let's talk about Social Health Authority, because that too is shaping into a storm. Yours sincerely, a concerned citizen watching closely.